And welcome to the ETBU Coaches Show. I'm Adam P. Ledyard here today, and this is our first one of the year with the bass fishing team. So we welcome Cam Berger. Welcome to the Coaches Show.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
So today we're going to kind of recap a little bit of the fall season. You guys had 3 competitions overall and did pretty well. So first, let's just start with that. Tell us a little about the fall and what you guys have done.
Okay. Our first tournament was at Lake Dardanelle in Russellville, Arkansas, and there was a good show in there. There was about 95 boats there, and our team of Chad Polson, senior Chad Polson, and junior Dustin Piercy finished in 3rd place, and we went from there on to Toledo Bend Reservoir, and we went down there. Had a pretty good game plan, and we ended up winning that tournament. First one of the program, huge moment, historical moment for the program, because that is very unheard of for a program in its adolescence still in our 3rd year. And our last tournament this fall was on Sam Rayburn, and that tournament series was Outlaw Outdoors. It's a new tournament series for college. And they partnered with Bassmaster, with College Bass, and it was a state qualifier, so you had to win that tournament in order to qualify. We're looking forward to the spring.
So talk a little bit more about the national qualification. FLW, you're featured on the FLW webpage with the win, had a big old picture of ETBU up there. How neat was it to see that and have your team qualify like that?
Man, it was as a coach, it was pretty remarkable for me, coming from a university and coaching the bass team there, and then coming here and getting really close, getting 2nd place, getting 3rd place on many platforms, but to have a team win with 100 boats in a tournament on that magnitude of if you qualify, you go to the national championship. It was monumental for me, and I know for the guys that won it, and as a team, it was pretty impressive for us to go down there and win, and win by 4 or 5 pounds. So we were able to do that and get featured in the FLW website. And our national championship in the spring, actually the summer, it's on the Potomac River in Marbury, Maryland. This will be the furthest that we've traveled. It's about 20 hours, and furthest north that many guys have traveled on the team. It'll be challenging, but it'll be a good time, and we're looking forward to it.
And you can't fly boats.
No.
You'll be driving up to Maryland, won't you?
We will be driving. We will be driving. Yes.
Talk about the 2 guys that qualified for that and kind of their careers. One's early and one's kind of maturing here at ETBU.
So the 2 guys that qualified on Toledo Bend, we actually already had a team qualify. Jacob Sanders and Chad Polson qualified earlier that year. They qualified on Kentucky Lake, and they got 2nd place. They qualified for it. Toledo Bend was our last stop in order to qualify for the national championship. So we had Brett Clark and Cody Ross. Brett is I call them charter members of the team. They've been here since the team's inception, and having Brett be a leader for Cody. Cody's a freshman, and being able to know that I have guys that will look up to my older guys. It's really important, and to have Brett go out and perform like he did, and Cody to perform like he did and qualify is a true testament to their motivation and wanting to do well and represent the team and the university.
Now, this is the 3rd year overall for the program. You have some seniors that have graduated. Saw on Facebook you had like a little ceremony for them, giving them a jersey and things like that. So not quite 4 years, but you had some guys that have came in and like they are part of the school already, made the team, and are graduating. How much have they played into helping this program grow?
Chad Polson's one of those seniors. He came in as a transfer student. And Chad was here on the team, and he is graduating this Saturday. Jared Penton. Jared was a transfer student as well from University of North Texas. He came in, and he is also graduating with his undergrad, and he has been accepted to the master's program. So he will be staying on the team. He's going to be my graduate assistant coach once he starts his master's program. But those two guys, as the two guys that have been here for the longest, and graduating, it's like I said, it's a true testament to them to keep their grades and never miss a tournament. Their grades have never been a factor in making sure that they go to a tournament. Both of them, their GPAs are very high, and they're all-star students, anglers, and friends.
Talk about the spring. The majority of your competitions now are going to be in the spring. You've got a heavy loaded schedule, February, March, April, May, and then into the Nationals in June. Talk about what's going to happen this spring and how much competition you guys will have.
So we have a lot of the series, Bass, FLW, and Boat US, they have all kind of changed their schedules and made it a little bit more challenging. They have opened up, I guess the Northeast into their tournament location realm. I mean, we have tournaments. We have one tournament that's in New York.
Oh my goodness!
Then we have tournaments that are in North Carolina. We have a tournament that's in Alabama, and a tournament in Mississippi. So and that's just for Bassmaster. That's their tournament schedule. And if we were to go out and qualify at the first tournament, then we won't have to travel. We'll be bringing one less team to the other tournaments that are further north. FLW, we have tournaments that are kind of close. They're a little bit closer. They're not as far. But like I said, every series has changed their thinking behind tournaments close by. I mean, they have really expanded their tournament locations to the north.
Talk a little bit about how hard it is to qualify. To make a national qualifying weight and win a tournament to go to this. Not everybody gets to do this.
Right. It is. It's very challenging in all aspects. Every college student that's an angler, they are all out there trying for the same thing. And to qualify, it's hard, but to win a tournament is even harder. You have to know what you're doing, and you have to be on the fish. I mean, there's no other way to put it. There's guys that will fish 4 years at a university and they will qualify once, never win. To win a tournament is huge, and it's like I said, it's a true testament to the guys that have won, and not just the guys that have won, guys that get second place. Guys that right there on the bubble of qualifying. We've had multiple times where we were ounces away from qualifying. A lot of our tournament series take the top 10, and we've had guys that are ounces away from being in 10th place. Or, but like I said, it's a challenging sport. It's something that takes a lot of effort. It puts a toll on your body. The longer tournaments, the multi-day tournaments, getting up for a week at 4 o'clock, 4:30, getting out there and getting beat around on the water, standing up for basically 9 hours, and then coming back in and doing it the next day. It's a true testament to going out and winning a tournament.
And you're taking on schools and programs with these bass fishing programs from all over the United States.
Right.
Tennessee, Ohio, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi. Like Division I, Division II, large schools are having these bass fishing programs go to these meets.
Right. There is no region. There's no regions. There's no conferences. Since we are not governed by the NCAA, we fish against A&M, Alabama, pretty much every school. If they have a bass club and they come out, we fish against them.
How cool is it to see that out there when you get out there and, and like you said, the competition is hard. You go out there and you see 50 to 100 boats out there fishing for the top 10 spots.
Yeah, that's it's on a lake that you don't really know. I mean, there's pre-tournament jitters, and you pre-fish on a lake as much as you want, but we're not only competing against the other teams. We're more so competing against the elements. On a football team, you're the person or the team you're competing against. That's your person. In bass fishing, it's really the elements. You're competing against the elements, and you are competing against everybody else on the grand scheme of things. But going out and seeing 150 boats plus, we've had a few tournaments that are like that, and there are many teams. There's teams that have 9 or 10 teams out there. They'll come out and compete, and it's just that's the way it is. And bass fishing in college and high school has continued to grow the past few years.
And to make all this happen, you guys need great sponsors.
Right.
Talk about some of your sponsors. Skeeter for the boat, and that's a major sponsor there, to have one of the best bass boats in the nation on your side.
Yeah, Skeeter boats and Yamaha outboard motors have truly been a blessing for the program. We wouldn't be where we are without them. Obviously, with bass fishing, you have to have a boat and a motor. So without Skeeter and Yamaha, we wouldn't be able to do what we get to do in the fall and spring semesters. We have a lot of other title sponsors. Symmetry Turf, the company that installed, designed our football field turf, softball field, and the baseball infield. They have been a supporter of the bass team, and we have other local sponsors. We have Hometown Tire here in Marshall. They actually provided batteries at a discounted rate, so I appreciate I definitely appreciate that. We have that. We also have Fishing Frenzy out of Stonewall, Louisiana. We have V&M out of Natchitoches, and our sponsors that have continued to be with us for these 3 years have truly been a testament to their desire to get in with college fishing. So we have V&M Baits out of Natchitoches, Kevin Jean, and Shane Williams with Fishing Frenzy. We have Shimano, and we have Elite Tungsten, Kick and Bass fish attractants, rod armors, and we have Costa sunglasses. We're in bass fishing. You have to have these sponsors. That's what makes the program. That's what makes our program. Because if we can reach out to a sponsor, and they see that we're representing them and doing a good job at that, and winning tournaments and going around to these different tournaments, and that we have their logos plastered on our jerseys, our boats, going around and traveling 15,000 miles a season. All across the United States. It's a true testament to them to believe in us, but not only that, we want to represent these companies, and we want to help them as well.
As they say, it takes a village to raise them, and so looks like a lot of East Texas and Northwest Louisiana have jumped on board to help you guys. One final question. Traveling. How fun is it to travel with these guys? On the road with the boats, stopping and staying overnight. Getting a lodge to stay in or something, and taking up 4 or 5 rooms. And there's probably a lot of stories you can't tell because boys will be boys on trips. But are these trips, great bonding trips that kind of help with the program? When you recruit, you can say we get to do this, and this is what happens when you go out.
Right. So one of the biggest things that as far as traveling goes, when we recruit, we're one of 3 teams in college bass fishing that provide funding for the program. The university provides funding, whether that is hotels, gas, food, and like I said, our sponsors are important because they provide us product, sometimes free, sometimes at a discounted rate. But when we travel, they're college guys, and as of this year, we recruited our first girl, Ashlyn Boyer, it's been a learning curve for me. I've never coached a girl, but she has proven thus far that she can hang with the guys, and she's going to be a good asset to the team. And but traveling with the guys, it's great. I mean, we're traveling thousands of miles, and you know, it really puts into perspective how much these guys rely on each other, and not just a captain and a co-angler. It's really the team. I mean, when we're traveling, and I mean, it's a caravan. I mean, we travel with 4 boats, four trucks. I mean, there is through big cities, small cities, and being able to come together as a team and have fellowship, and come together and use each other as friends, and even mentors on the water.
And it's a great way when you go to show who ETBU is. With the boats, you've got the verse on there. You get to share the ministry. This will be it. Talk a little about the ministry, what you guys do, the Fishermen Ministry, and what you guys stand for as a program. So
with any sport, there's going to be a secular group with any sport you have, and with bass fishing, being able to stand for something higher, and being able to know that people see the verse. They see the fish on our collar. They see the verse on our jersey. And on the boat, for one, we get so many people that see that verse and don't have a religious background. I've had people come up to me at a gas station, at a hotel, and what does that verse mean? And a lot of people think, you know, follow me and I'll make you fishers of men, and they're like, well, I want you to show me where the fish are, you know. So, you know, with that, myself and my assistant coach Brian Thomas, we both stress highly on recruiting, and being able to recruit guys that we know come from a Christian background, and guys and girls that can represent the university and what it stands for, but more so represent theirself, and be that driving billboard that we basically are at every tournament.
Right.
You know, and there's going to be, we've had it before, people not talk down on us, but they will judge us for that verse.
Right.
And it happens, but the guys and they do a great job of representing themselves, representing the university, and it's always great to get our tournament directors that we deal with. They know what we stand for, and it's very common for the tournament directors to ask me to pray in the morning before launch.
That's great.
So, you know, it's great to have that. It's great for everybody to know that that's what we stand for.
Yeah.
And anytime they ask me, I'll pray. It's and we're not the only school. There are other private Christian schools, Bethel University, Dallas Baptist. There are a lot of teams out there that represent themselves very well, and they also believe in the same thing we believe in, and they're it's a great brotherhood to have. And being able to share that as we travel, because everybody that we fish against travels at every tournament.
Wow.
So we see teams all across the United States.
That's a great testimony. Well, Coach, thanks for talking to us today here on the Coaches Show, and we'll have you back sometime in the spring to kind of go through mid-season and see how things are going. But congratulations on the strong fall that you had, and we're looking forward to a great spring.
Great.
Thanks for watching here on the ETBU Coaches Show. I'm Adam P. Ledyard, and we'll talk to Cam Berger back in the springtime. Thanks for watching.